Okay, next tutorial. This time I'm dressed up as one of my own creations that I made up on the spot in this video. I just knew that I wanted to create something that was kind of a glamorous mime. I just took that idea and ran with it, and this is what I came up with. It's definitely got the right amount of creepy and glamorous, I think. Yeah. There is a very small part of me that wants to call this Laughing Jack in drag. I mean, it's super tempting. So if you'd like to learn how to do this makeup for yourself, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so before I start this makeup off, I want to point out that this makeup might seem like it's done in a weird order. That's purely because I'm making it up as I go along, and I'm not too sure if I'm going to use a bald cap or anything like that yet, so if I do end up doing it as like step 4 or 5, you know you probably want to do that first. Up to you really. So with that said, let's start on the first step of this makeup, which is going to be drawing on a fake smile. But I'm thinking more of a forced pulled apart smile. Could be fun. So to do that, I'm going to take a black makeup pencil. It doesn't really matter too much which brand you use, as long as it leaves a mark and it's easy to remove if you make a mistake. My particular makeup pencil of choice is a Kryolan Faceliner pencil, again in black. It's just my favourite go-to makeup pencil. And I'm going to start by tracing on the outside of the lip shape. Okie dokie, so when you're done, it should look something like this. So I've drawn a rough top lip and bottom lip and 4 little clips that are meant to be holding the mouth open. So then we can start tracing on the teeth shape and a gum line. So there we are, so it's super rough for now, but we can neaten it up later on. So next I can take a white face paint, this one is by Superstar, and I can start colouring in all the fake teeth. Then I can take a red face paint, this one is by Cameleon, and I can colour in the bottom gum line and a slight gum line on top. I can then take a black face paint, again this one is by Superstar, and I can colour in the inside between the fake teeth and then define them just a little bit more. So next, still working with the black watercolour on a very sharp, fine angle brush, I'm just going to score down between each tooth, just on the bottom set of the gum line, just to add a tiny bit of depth like the teeth are protruding out of the gums. The idea is just to draw a very faint line in between each tooth. Then next, just to make the gum line pop just that little bit more, I'm going to take another Superstar face paint. This one is in bright pink, or more specifically Bubblegum. It's a gorgeous colour. And I'm going to apply that really lightly in random areas, going in a half moon shape around some of the teeth, just to kind of add as a little reflection. I'm also going to use that same pink to colour in the top and bottom lip lines. I'm also on second thought going to do it on the top line of teeth as well. Okie dokie, so then I'm going to take a black eyeshadow, this one is by Sugarpill in Bulletproof, and I'm going to apply that with a small but really fluffy brush just to the corners of the new mouth, and then blend that towards the centre, going over about maybe 3-4 of the teeth, just on the edge towards the middle. So there we are. It's just something I like to do whenever I do like a giant cartoony mouth makeup. I like to just shade the corners so it really makes them pop like they're coming completely out of the mouth. Yeah, I think so. So then the next step is why I made the statement at the start of this video that I might be doing it in a weird order, because I've decided that I am actually going to be using a bald cap. I think I'm going to have quite a lot going on in the costume, so I think to have nothing on top might really frame the face a bit better. So I'm going to go pop on a plain latex bald cap and also block out my eyebrows. So as always, I'll pop a couple links on the screen up there. Those 2 links will take you to the videos that I did in the past to teach you how to do both those things, just so I don't have to recap it in this video to make things go that much quicker. You know the drill. So I'm going to go do both those things and we'll continue from there. Okie dokie, so now that I'm nice and bald, we can start working on the eye area. So I'm going to take my white Superstar face paint and just colour in the eye area with a small kabuki brush. You could do your entire face, ears, neck and bald cap, but I'm going to save that till the end just so that if any fallout from my eye makeup falls onto my cheeks, it's easier to wipe away. Also, just before I do that, I should point out that I did powder my eyebrows with a translucent powder just to make them less tacky. So now we've got a nice blank slate to work with. I'm going to start by doing an incredibly dramatic eyeliner. I mean, when I say dramatic, I mean it's going to be massive. So the plan is to go quite high up, pretty much covering most of my own eyelids. And to do that, I'm going to be using a M.A.C Fluidline in Blacktrack. And whilst I'm just mapping out this rough shape, I'm also going to pop in a new cut crease, but it's going to be much higher, obviously. Okay, so that's the basic shape I've gone for. It's very rough for now, but I'm going to do the blending after I draw on the eyebrows. So the eyebrows are going to be incredibly high up and incredibly arched. I love doing a good classic drag brow, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start them around about here, make them go really high up and have the tail end off just at the peaks of the winged liner. And I'm going to use a really sharp angle brush and the same black Superstar watercolour to do that. So then, going back to the Sugarpill black eyeshadow, and I'm going to take a really firm, fluffy brush, I can start blending this top cut crease upwards. We don't have to worry about the underside here because that's going to be quite an abrupt edge with some lovely glitter, of course. I'm also going to do exactly the same underneath the eye going upwards, just blend that colour away ever so slightly. Okie dokie, so then onto the super fun part, which is the glitter. So I'm going to be applying glitter completely on the inside of this area here. We can neaten up the black lines to make it sharper afterwards if we need to. The glitter I'm using is a silver glitter called Marilyn Monroe by Lit. It's a beautiful glitter. You can't really tell with the lighting here, but it's just a bright silver. And to apply that glitter, I use the Lit glitter base. It's just a really soft adhesive. So we just apply a little bit of the glitter base to the eyelid, or rather the new eyelid, I should say, and then press the glitter down. So yeah, nice and sparkly. So then I can paint the rest of my bald cap, my ears, my face and my neck in the white watercolour. Okay, so I'm then going to take the black watercolour again and apply that quite loosely down the sides of my cheekbones and then blend that colour away, and then take a new white watercolour and cut directly underneath it just to give a really nice cheekbone effect. So there we go. So obviously it's quite harsh, but that's kind of the full effect of this look. Hopefully it kind of glamorizes the makeup a little bit more. Plus it also, with an added bonus, kind of looks like it's dragging the mouth even further upwards, which is pretty cool. So then I'm going to take the same black watercolour we've been using throughout this makeup, and I'm going to make this look a little bit more clowny, maybe a little bit more mimey, by drawing on a couple little peaks just above the eyebrows. I kind of want this makeup to have a whole glamorous mime kind of feel, but also, you know, psychotic. So I'm just going to draw two peaks just about here. So then I'm just going to repeat that upside down and quite a bit smaller, just off centre underneath my eyes. Okie dokie, so it should look something like this. So then I'm going to go back to the mouth area and draw some expression lines on, because we really want the mouth to look like it's really being pulled open. So I'm going to use the same black watercolour I used before, but only a little tiny bit because we want it to be blendable. And I'm going to apply it to the edges where each clip are not necessarily meeting in the middle, but we want to do a few lines going across so that the skin looks like it's folding over. Of course, I'll also be shading my nasolabial folds. So I'll draw on the shapes that I mean and we can blend them out afterwards. Okay, so the lines just bow in and away on each of the clips. So I'm going to take that colour now and blend it away so there's a clean edge underneath. So there we go. So as you can see for the nasolabial folds, I just went around and then followed my face shape, or my new face shape I should say, and I blended the colour away, leaving a clean edge underneath. So then I can finally colour in the clips. So to do that, I'm going to colour them in the same white watercolour that I used on my face, but I'm also then going to colour them with the lit silver glitter. And I'm also just going to apply a small amount of that glitter just to the end of my nose, because why not? So then we can stick on some false lashes. So I'm using Eldora lashes. These ones are in, I believe, S511. They're just really nice, really large feathered lashes. And to stick those down, I like to use a black duo eyelash adhesive. Okay, so nice and fluttery. So then all that's left for me to do is to pop in some contact lenses, pop on a costume, and we'll see what the makeup looks like. And there we go. That's my look. Officially complete. So there we go. So as I mentioned, I popped in 2 contact lenses. These are black and white sclera contact lenses. The costume that I popped on is actually made up of several different elements, starting with this beautiful feathered collar that I do believe I got from eBay. I have used it once in a video before, I think. And it's the main reason why I don't want to put a hat on or anything on top of the head, because I think this is probably more than enough. The jester costume that I popped on, I got from a local party shop about 10 years ago, but it's this really fabulous silver and black and quite appropriate jester costume. And of course I popped on some white gloves and some collar ruffs. Yay! I think I actually got these from IKEA of all places. Yeah. And that's my look really. I had a lot of fun doing it, as I do whenever I do my makeup tutorials, but this one in particular, it's super flamboyant and creepy at the same time, and it just kind of screams me, so yay! And I do hope you all enjoyed this makeup. I know when I make these looks up on the spot, it could be tricky as to which direction it's going to go, but I had a kind of idea what I wanted. I just knew that I wanted something that would incorporate this neck collar and of course a big mouth, and I definitely wanted to do something glamorous. I mean, I had in my head the idea of a Glamour Mime, so hopefully that's what this looks like. So yeah, thanks everyone so much for watching this tutorial. If you did like it, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye Fluffies!